Time for some maintenance on this poor old Magna in its 1 year life of racing. I thought on the weekend that the belt had jumped off the power steering at Naviac because the tensioner had come loose, but when I got home I realised I'd got as many miles and a few more out of that belt as I could expect, so I'm going to replace that this morning. The engine mount, well, I could hear it rattling and the engine was sitting on the sump guard, and I'm not sure whether this is worn out or not. I think I could probably get a few more events out of it. I thought, oh, what the hell. Every Magna that I bought so far, I bought a couple, and this mount's always been a little bit torn. So I've gone down, I've got a replacement mount, a brand new one. The problem with these factory mounts, as you can see, are these holes, and the reason why they put these in factory mounts is so the engine will move and it won't put vibration through the car. But what happens, of course, is this sets up a tearing cycle in the mount. For racing, the way to prevent this is to fill those gaps with something like this. This is what I use. It's Sikaflex. Unfortunately today, instead of picking up a tube of black, I picked up a tube of sandstone colour. But at least that'll show you clearly how I bulletproof these for racing. This Sikaflex is basically thick rubber in a tube. It's what they use to weatherproof and join together concrete precast factories. I'm going to pump this in, join up both sides. Like I said, at least with the sandstone colour you can see what I'm doing. And I'm not only going to fill that gap, I'm going to go right round the whole mount and tie the thing in. That way it'll become one piece of rubber. Give that 24 hours and you've got a bulletproof engine mount for racing. Well, one problem leads to another. This bolt that holds this mount, it goes into the bracket on the front of the engine, has been stripped in the aluminium housing. You can see the threads all clogged up there with aluminium, so I'm going to have to clean that up and then I'll araldite that back into the block before I put it on. This is the sort of thing you could easily just bypass and forget about, but one thing I've learnt when you're doing race car maintenance is when you find something wrong, fix it. Well, you can see just how much aluminium came off that steel bolt. Unfortunately, it's not the steel bolt that's stripped, it's the aluminium bracket on the motor. So rather than for a permanent cure put a threaded insert in, I'm just going to araldite this in place, and when I swap this motor over into my buggy when I'm finished racing the sedan, I'll replace that mount. This bolt has not stripped the aluminium mount through normal wear and tear. Rather, what's happened is at some time in the car's life, a mechanic has changed that engine mount and used an air ratchet wrench to do it up. I never use those things on cars when I'm doing nuts and bolts up. This is the reason why.